Washington Post is reporting that President Donald Trump is not a criminal target of special counsel Robert Mueller. At this point, Mueller reportedly told the president's attorney last month that he is continuing to investigate Mr. Trump. CBS News has learned Mueller is also preparing a report detailing the findings of his Russia investigation, including potential obstruction of justice. The president, meanwhile, says he wants to use military to secure the U.S.-Mexico border until his wall is built. Trump called the move, quote, a big step. Federal law prohibits the use of active duty service members for law enforcement inside the United States unless specifically authorized by Congress. But over the past 12 years, presidents have twice sent National Guard troops to the border to bolster security and assist with surveillance and other support.
Esme back with us now. And Esme, of course, President Trump, hot on the Twitter this morning, saying...
As always.
Yes, well, you know, he's up, he's ready to rock. Our border laws are very weak, while those of Mexico and Canada are very strong. Congress must change these Obama-era and other laws now. And he adds, the Democrats stand in the way. They want people to pour into our country unchecked. Crime, we will be taking strong action today. So, plan to use the military on the border. How realistic is this?
Well, he needs to get an act of Congress. I mean, Congress has to change the law to allow that. That's difficult. It's difficult to get Congress to do anything. He certainly can deploy the National Guard, though. He is the president, and he has that authority.
Yeah, and we've seen it before. So.
Right. The other thing, too, I think it's important to point out is that the border crossings are at the lowest they've been, illegal border crossings, since 1971. The president's supporters say he deserves the credit for that strong rhetoric. But there's no evidence that people are, quote, pouring across our borders. These crossings are down.
All right, let's talk about DACA. This was another popular topic on Twitter for the president in recent days. Yesterday, you spoke with an immigration attorney about what could happen for Dreamers next, that the president has declared DACA dead. What's going on?
Well, there are 6,000 people living in Minnesota who have DACA status. These are real people with families. Many of their families are Americans. The children are American. Right. And for them, this is extraordinary anxiety because the president has changed his position a number of times here. The other issue is that this is all before the courts, and eventually this is going to be decided by the U.S. Supreme Court. That probably won't happen until sometime next year.
They've been living with uncertainty for more than a decade,
absolutely,
really. As the entire government has done nothing to give these folks either one way, hey, you're going to have to go back, or
right.
the other
and I
way
think it's the back and forth that's very difficult.
Challenging, sure.
You know, that's what that attorney told me, yeah.
Let's talk about the Mueller investigation. Special counsel Robert Mueller telling, reportedly anyway, according to the Washington Post, the president is not a criminal target, but he is under investigation.
At this point is at this point is.
But just saying that a sitting president is under investigation by a special counsel is noteworthy, right?
Yeah, I mean, certainly it's good news for the president if, in fact, this report is true, that the president is not a criminal target. But the report says at this point. And the fact that the report also says that the president is very much front and center and continues to be front and center in terms of the investigation into the Russia probe, that's not good news. And also, Robert Mueller continuing to say that he wants to interview the president. So it's not at all clear.
So maybe focus on the at this point part of that quote. Got it.